Hello everyone and welcome to the official stream of Grey Zone Warfare. My name is Jakub, I'm the community manager here, and today I'm joined by two legends. Sorry for hyping you too much up, but this is Marek. You know Marek, it's a familiar face, our lovely game designer. And today we're also joined by Dominic, who's our weapon expert. Is
Hi
that
guys.
right? Is that your
Yeah,
official role?
yeah, that's my official role.
All
Hi.
right, guys, as the name of the stream kind of like hints already, we're going to be talking about weapons and gear coming to the update 0.3 Winds of War coming later this spring. And we are of course going to be talking about just that, but before that, a bit of yapping, if you allow me. There's a couple of things I need to announce, as always. So right at the start of the stream, let me just say that gaming can save lives. Last time we were live, we actually told you about a really cool initiative that we're trying to support, and that is donating stem cells to a really lovely 2-year-old girl that needs them. Unfortunately, we still haven't found the right donor. But from what I've been told, the interest was so high that we are only supporting this, right? So Czech Republic is kind of like pushing together to save this life. And in this effort, a ton of donors have already registered. And from what I've been told, we have been able to support this and find already donors for 3 other kids.
That's great to hear. That's
So
great.
yes, gaming saves lives, and thank you all guys for participating in this. If you are in Czech Republic, I will encourage you to visit the site that was on the screen and will appear on the screen once again. Thank you, avalon.cz. This is a really good thing. So if you're in Czech Republic or planning to make a trip to Czech Republic, yeah, help out. It goes a long way. So that's the first thing off the bat. The second thing is later this stream, I would encourage you to come back or stay because Michael Foxick, our community manager, is going to join us to tell you a little bit more about the experimental that is coming. He has some really cool information about that. We have seen a lot of people once again sign up for the experimental, so thank you for the interest and thank you for your willingness to help us. We are going to be revealing over the coming days who gets in and what exactly to do and when to expect this experimental. So that's the other thing that's coming. The other thing that I need to mention real quick is that on our Discord server, if you're part of the community, go there and find a place, find a channel where we are hosting an emote competition. So if you want to help us make our Discord server a little bit more fun, you can help us by submitting your self-made, I guess, emotes and
Creations.
bring creations. Yeah, bring more life into our stream, into our Discord server. We will appreciate that. Those that get picked will get some rewards, so don't worry about that. We're going to, find you and send you the gifts. So that's that. The other thing is, and now specifically about Grey Zone Warfare, the recent events. We have released a patch number 6 recently, last week, I believe. Time flies. And this is the patch 0.2.4.0, and this is a very technical patch. We have fixed a bunch of crashes, bunch of bugs. The thing that many people really appreciated is that we have plugged a leak, a VRAM leak that was there. So that is much appreciated. And one other thing is that we have allowed people that are playing on specific servers to have the choice between jumping on a server that is completely in night and one is completely in day, because I know that you guys want to complete those tasks that are mandatory to complete during the night. So now you are going to find that much easier than before. This is the last patch before 0.3, and 0.3 is coming. And back to 0.3. So like I mentioned, we are going to be talking about weapons and gear, and for that, I think that we first need to establish a bit of credentials here. Marek is our game designer, so he's here for a very good reason. Weapons are your forte, as I understand it.
Oh, we can say that.
I will, and I did. And as I advertised before, we have a weapon specialist here. Dominic, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do here, and maybe also a little bit more about your background, because I know your background is quite interesting, at least your family.
Yeah. So basically, my job is to find all the specific needed information about all the weapons, all the weapon parts, go through the history of the weapons, the usage, for example, which special forces use the weapon, if we can use the weapon in our game, if it's accurate to our lore. And then the less fun part of the job is I have to make sure that everyone which is not from the like military or shooting background knows exactly how to do specific things. For example, I'm making sure that animators animating everything correct, like based on the real life references. I'm making sure that art team is doing the models one-to-one, and etc. etc. It's sometimes I hate it because I have to go 10 times to one person, and I feel bad because I don't want to blame them or anything. I just want to make sure that our weapons and parts and stuff are really as close to reality as possible. So that's basically my job.
Yeah. For those of you guys, maybe some of you recognize Dominic, but without even realizing it, these forearms are quite famous. Oh yeah, flex that. So you have been the model for our hands, is that right?
I was the reference for our forearms and veins.
For
Back,
veins.
yeah, the veins which you see when the short sleeves. That's mine.
Okay. All right. And I also learned a little bit more about your family's background. Can you tell us a little bit more
So
about that?
basically, my dad was in Special Forces of Czech Republic my whole life. Basically, I didn't see him much in my childhood because he was like 5 times in Afghanistan. When he was like 19, he was in Bosnia and Herzegovina, where there was a civil war. Kosovo, in Syria. I don't I don't remember all the how to say it nicely, all the countries which he went to, and yeah, it was a bit against my will, but I was forced to understand the weapons from the really young age. And disclaimer: I don't like weapons.
Right. Okay. But you understand them very well.
Which is funny since I'm weapon specialist. But I think that's my like superpower because I don't have any personal preference. So I'm looking on our weapons directly from the like functional side.
Right.
I don't have any preferences. For example, some of the guys like more the Western weapons, some like the Eastern weapons. I don't like any. So
Impartiality.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So with that established, I think that it's the high time to get into the thick of it. Let's talk about weapons and gear. Guys, I know that you want us to talk about weapons, so let's talk about gear. Let's talk about the gear first. And let's start with a bang. Let's start with my favorite and the best gear we're going to introduce. The Skullcrusher.
my favorite.
This guy looks miserable. And
Yes.
for a very
And
good
it
reason.
feels even more miserable, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think this is going to become a meme a little bit because this is not the ideal equipment that you want to wear on your head. I think that we heard from Spicy, another reference, right? Our
Yes.
Special Forces reference that helped us put all the animations and all the know-how about Special Forces and stuff like that together. And he said that he freaking hates this thing.
Yes.
Everyone hates this thing.
And I think that's oh yeah, that was, by the way, an internal joke. I don't know how it got into the stream, but yeah, it's like imagine you're a PMC and you're looking forward to the brand new gear, you
Yes,
know,
and you get
this
this.
is what this is. All right, so Skullcrusher is only one of the things that we're bringing into the game. Right now on the screen, you can see all the new gear that is coming to the game, and I think that it's only appropriate to talk about the specifics here. So let's start with the plate carriers, right?
Okay, so we are introducing, if I count correctly, 4 new plate carriers. Yes, it should be 4. Basically, and I said it again, 2 of them are UN themed because we lacked the variability of UN equipment in the game. We wanted to improve the lore, let's say it like that, of the game. So now you can expect more UN themed items there. Then we are introducing new-ish armor class with the Plate 6 plate carrier and Phantom 2 plate carrier. We are adding not NIJ4 yet, but NIJ 3++. So these will be two new plate carriers that will outperform ballistically their counterparts. The plate 6, it has one, we can say, extra advantage, which is that it's the second plate carrier that also covers your sights. The only plate carrier that has been doing that until now was the modular operator plate carrier, which was the starting green one. And then the rest of them had only front and back plates. So another plate carrier which has also side plates. We chose
I just wanted to, you're talking about some of the advantages. I mean, this comes with a bunch of disadvantages,
yes,
right?
yes, because we chose that. Hey, let's make a tank out of it. So we put steel plates into it, which means that it's heavy AF.
Yes.
So if you are running loot runs, for example, I think this plate carrier might not be the best plate carrier for the job. For that job, you should look forward for the Phantom 2 plate carrier, which is much lighter than the plate 6, but it sacrifices the side protection.
Uh, let me allow me to my fellow Dark Souls fans there. I would say that that the Plate 6 is basically a Havel build.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so sorry if you didn't catch that reference, but some of us.
Goat armor from Elden.
So plate carriers. That's the new plate carriers that you can look forward to. Anything about a ballistic vests?
Yes, we are adding multiple new ballistic vests. Some of them are again UN themed, so you can improve the loot pools. The other ones are basically broadening our options for the AI equipment. So the AIs from the lower tier areas and the army won't feel so samey as it did until now, because right until now the army had only one plate carrier and one ballistic vest from which they could choose from. Right now they have, I believe, 3 or 4 ballistic vests that we are going to equip them with. In addition to that, we are also introducing two brand new helmets, which are Chinese copies of the classic Mitch helmets and the Best G helmets, which are again going to be used by the military AI, and they offer a higher protection than the helmets that they had up till now. So yeah, the army might have finally some chance against the headshots. Not big one, but some.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the mounts on the helmets? Because I see some of the helmets that used to have mounts not having them anymore.
Yes, as we spoke on the last stream with Petya, we are rebalancing the game. One of the areas that we chose to tweak was the helmet mounts. Originally, or up till now, the helmets had all the, except for the some shitty ones, they had NVG shrouds. We chose to remove NVG shrouds from some of them. This will again allow us to make you more happy when you find a shrouded helmet, if you don't have access to a one with shrouds, and it will increase the gear fear.
And if you don't, you might as well wear the Skullcrusher.
Yes, that will be our second option, of course.
By the way, this is the anecdote that Spicy told us, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't he say that he had to wear the Skullcrusher beneath his helmet?
Yes, and I hope I'm not messing this story up, but basically when Spicy was deployed, the helmets they got, they didn't have NVG shrouds, so they had to squeeze the Skullcrusher below the helmet so they could use the NVGs.
So literally a Skullcrusher.
Yes, he said, okay, I got my Skullcrusher, I got my helmet, I got to Ibalgains, I can go.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. So new gear. I think that this is of course nice, but the main reason we're here is weapons. And I know
Thing
that
they
you
all
guys...
been waiting for.
Oh, okay. So the first weapon, let's start easy, is
Yeah.
a handgun, right? We want to bring new handguns into the game as well to give you a little bit more variety. And what better handgun to introduce than the classics, right?
Yeah.
So Dominic, what can you tell us about the lore of Beretta?
I think everyone in the chat already knows the lore of Beretta. It's basically one of the most famous handguns in the world. It was adopted by several armies, including the US Army in 1985. It replaced the Smith & Wesson. And what to say about this gun? We wanted to add more variability to our handguns because, as we all know, now our best handgun is Glock 17, which got really wide range of modularity and attachments, and we wanted to, I don't want to say glorify him, or we just want to add something you to start with. And what else to choose than the classic, which basically every US soldier from 1985 to 2018, maybe till now, is using. So that's why we choose it.
Yeah, my first, I guess, experience with this gun is Counter-Strike, dual wielding these, you know. As a weapon expert, you're probably going to tell me that this is not the best idea.
I mean, it's not impossible,
But why would you?
why would you? I mean, a lot of people got really wrong idea about guns because of the Counter-Strike, and hopefully we can change that.
Right. I think that there's going to be plenty of opportunities for us to explain why exactly some of the weapons, as we know them in pop culture, are not working like that when we look at the other weapon, because the other weapon is something that you guys have been asking for quite a lot.
Yes.
Is this little devil. So can you tell us a little bit more about what we're looking at right now?
So now we are looking at on Heckler Koch MP7, which is one of the most used police and military SMGs in the world. It comes with new functionality, which Mark can tell you more about.
Yep, we are thanks to this firearms, we could introduce the 4.6 millimeter caliber, which
Yes.
I guess we have some stuff to talk about later about this one.
Well, I mean, like what we can do right now is we can have a look at how actually this weapon performs when compared to the MP5. So what you're looking at is the 9mm MP5 and the 4.6 caliber, and I mean, this might not be like the first impression is going to not tell you probably a lot, but you guys told me that the MP7 is going to be way more penetrable compared
Yes.
to MP5.
Yes, the MP7, it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was designed specifically to defeat handgun body armor, which the MP5 couldn't get through. And this required the engineers to design a new type of ammunition, which is the 4.6. It's really small caliber. Some people call it a needle gun.
Somebody said gross.
And but even though it has basically only half of the diameter of the 9mm, you can see that with the FMJs it creates comparable cavities. Right now from the video you can see it. And because some people think, hey, it's a needle gun, it will just go through your enemy and it won't do anything to them. It's not exactly true because the bullet is not as stable in the soft tissue as it is in the air. So once it enters the body, it has tendency to tumble and make some nasty stuff inside of you.
We are going to have a look at the ballistics right after the reveal of the new weapons, of course. So we will also see what the tumbling actually is. So yeah, this gun is coming. Somebody asked when is the new update coming. It's later this spring. So later this spring, you're going to be able to play around with this thing. Maybe a good question for you as well is it fair to say that this is the evolution of SMGs over the MP5?
Someone maybe could say that, but for many people it's just a variety. Yes. Because some of the guys just prefer the 9mm, some of the guys prefer 4.6. It's hard to tell. It's mostly personal preference, in my opinion.
All right. Cool. So are we ready for another reveal?
We are ready, but I'm not sure about them.
Guys, are you ready?
Wait, now the chat will explode.
I think I saw
I saw it before.
I saw one
also.
comment just before the
Yeah.
screen. Good guess.
Yes, I think we don't even need to introduce it, as you can see.
So we were talking about the evolution of SMGs. Now let's talk about the evolution of assault rifles.
Yeah, as as you can see, this is the well-known firearm, uh, in which we also introduce new caliber, new ammunition. As we all know, SIG MCX got this nice feature, which allows you to use several calibers with a modular barrel system. We will have this, but not right now.
So the coolest thing about the gun is not in the game yet.
I'm not sure it's the coolest thing about the gun. It is cool that you can change calibers based on the modular system of the barrel, but the most interesting thing about this gun is what Marek will tell you now.
Yeah, for this variant, it's the 300 Blackout. So we are introducing two new calibers. Yeah, two new calibers in this update. And the 300 Blackout is the second one. This caliber was designed based on the requests from militaries that required ammunition that would do well with short barrels and suppressors. So the clever engineers got their heads together and they developed this one.
There's the downside, though, right?
It's pretty huge downside. Yeah, the 300 blackout ammunition is quite expensive.
Yeah.
In the real life, it's not commonly used in the firing range because the mag cost is really high, and if you are using, for example, the subsonic variations, it will cost a lot.
And are we reflecting that in the game?
Of course.
Okay. So this is
Maybe not as hard as in the
yeah,
real life.
this is for those rich NPCs, I would say.
I pay all my money. I don't care. Yeah.
All right, so that's good to hear. Anything else you would like to reveal about this bad boy?
Uh, basically, what you can look forward to. You have a way how to deliver the, let's say, 7.6, what I'm saying, yeah, 7.62 punch from AR platform.
Yeah.
That's the main giveaway you get from this.
And of course, it looks cool.
It
Yeah,
looks cool.
yeah.
One thing maybe to ask also about the other weapons, in terms of availability. This is a question for you, I'm sure. Is this going to be more rare than the standard AR?
Yep. Yeah, that's what we are planning to do. Some of the firearms we already revealed or are going to reveal are going to be pushing the currently existing firearms further away from you. So the M9 will replace the Glock for you, and the but for example, the MCX and the M7 will be more available to you later in the game. So you will have to do some work before you can
Right.
reliably get access to them.
So I think that good opportunity also to remind folks what we have revealed during the last streams is that we're adding a brand new level of the vendors, like the fourth level. So we're spreading the progression and the items that you are getting through the vendors, and this is one of the end level, I would say.
If I can, guys, I just want to make something clear. There was several questions about 5.6 MCX. You will be, but not
In this
right
update.
now.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
in this update. We are aware about this functionality, but the 300 blackout had higher priority for us. But in the future, for sure, you will be able to build your dream 5.56 MCX with integrated suppressor in the handguards. Don't worry.
Okay, so I think it's that time to reveal the last major weapon. I already saw somebody in the chat asking for DMR. Here is the first one.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
And I think this is even I, who don't know much about weapons, recognize this one. This is the shape, everything about it is very iconic.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this weapon?
So now we are looking at the SVD Dragunov, which is one of the most famous Eastern firearms after AK. It's basically a really big, large, bulky AK. It's, as you mentioned, it's our first DMR, chambered in, I need to say it correctly, 7.62 times 54 because I don't know, every time I'm trying to say it I say 62. I don't know why. I just
Muscle memory.
I don't know. I don't know. Yes, and this is our like portal to DMRs, better said. So yeah, everyone knew it. More than 40 countries adopted this firearm and made some minor or bigger changes. Depends on their preferences. So you can see worldwide, I don't know, Bulgarian SVD, Russian SVD.
And this particular one?
This particular one is the original one, Soviet SVD.
And just maybe remind folks, like, if we're trying to get the weapons and the way they feel and the way they look correct, we're trying to get our hands on these weapons, right?
Yes, and that's sometimes the hard part because I don't know if guys know it, but every weapon which we are working on, we are trying to bring it here in the office, of course, in the hands of professionals.
Yes, not
Yes. So yeah, and bringing the SVD in the original state was really hard because of the whole world situation about Russia and Russian weapons. The really big embargo is put on everything, so it was quite a task, but we were able to make it through, and it was a hard time. It was a hard recording, not even for us, but for Spicy
Oh, yeah.
also.
Another into the series of making Spicy's life miserable.
Yes,
Yeah.
and SVD caught Spicy good because as we can see, the mag release on the SVD have really specific shape, and we were recording for hours. Like really everything was against us that day. The cameras were against us, the software were against us, and the weapon itself bites Spicy to the thumb like 1,000 times because we were recording over and over and over again. And as you can see, the mag release got this small part, and every time Spicy tried to insert the magazine, this small part bit him right here in the thumb. And after a few hours, it was almost bloody, and he was swearing. So yeah, this was the really hard task for everyone, but I think we delivered it as good as we can.
Awesome. By the way, guys, if you would like your favorite weapon to end up in the game, feel free to let us know in the chat what would you like us to bring into the game in the future. Naturally, there is a little bit of a philosophy behind what kind of weapons we
Yes.
decide to introduce into the game. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So our philosophy is made from many factors. One of them is, of course, the community, because we are trying to listen to them. But we have to be correct in some other ways. For example, our lore. So we can't put just anything. We have to somehow be able to put the gun into the environment. Marek can maybe tell you more about the lore side.
Yeah, what we are trying to do is for each firearm we are introducing, we are trying to find the reason why it's there.
Yeah.
How is it available on the market? So could some people with connections to special forces get it? And that's also how we decide which vendor might sell it. Or basically again.
okay.
From the history of Lamang, we know with which countries our imaginary country cooperated with. So we are deciding based also on this what firearms they might have inherited from their neighbors, let's say.
Oh, I see some of my favorites over there. Chris Vector. Would that make sense to introduce Vector into the game lore-wise?
Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, yeah, we're going to play mysterious here, but
Yeah.
when the time comes, we're once again going to meet here and going to talk about all the new things coming to the game. But we're not done. We are introducing new-ish weapons into the game as well, because there are going to be variants of the existing weapons. So things that I should mention here is that we're going to see a Colt Commander coming to the game, which is a variant of Colt 1911, right?
Also
and
really famous gun. Everyone know it basically. And I caught it basically from you.
I also feel it.
Yeah.
So is there something you can tell us about Colt Commander? Why is it's shorter, right?
Yes, it's more compact version because since the 1911 was really commonly used, but some people were arguing about its size. So the Colt listened to their community, and they make smaller, more compact version. They can share variety of attachments. So it's not something totally new. It's just the variety.
All right. And the other thing that the other weapon, the variant of existing weapon is Mosin Nagant, right? We have a new version of Mosin Nagant in the game, which is
The Carbine version.
the Carbine version. How does that feel compared to the standard Mosin Nagant that we have in the game?
From the ballistic point of view, it's the same, but from the modularity point of view, it's not as modular as the sniper variant. So from the Carbine version, you can't attach the original PU scopes to it, for example.
Right, so
etc.
more shit version of
Yes,
the weapon.
yes.
Okay, cool, good to know. And now we want to give you a first look at another weapon that is coming into the update, which are Mara's favorite mortars. So guys, we're looking at the use of mortars. You will see how the mortars actually work. And I want to stress one thing. You are going to be able to call the mortars, but it is not going to be easy to grief players with it. And hitting something with it is more probably aimed at like people that are in an entrenched position, defending, not stationary, you know, and not hitting somebody with a skill shot with a mortar, you know. Funny thing about this video that we're watching is that we are currently have like ghost squads operating the mortars. We don't have yet the animations for the mortars, but over time we're also at that to add that immersion and authenticity. Yeah. So yeah, who's excited about mortars? I know I am.
That's gonna be fun.
Anything to share about the mortars? Do you know any details about it?
We used them with Petya during our last playtest, and it was one of the most amazing action movie moments I lived through in the game.
Walk us through it. I'm here for it.
We were fighting for a cop near the bunker. It was raining. The weather was awful, and we knew that there's at least one enemy PMC in that cop. We couldn't find him for the love of us. So I was speaking to Petya how we will basically scared that guy. And Petya said, "Hey, I have mortar rounds in my stash." I said, "Just send it."
Send it.
So yeah, so Petya,
Perk of being a designer.
yeah. So yeah, we launched the mortar, and as you can see in the video, it's not just click and instant explosion. The ballistics of the mortar rounds are calculated as well, so we had to wait. And while the mortar shell was coming in, we said, okay, once the explosion starts, we run there and we get that fucker. We did. It was we were hiding behind the rock. The explosion happened. The audio was amazing. We ran and got him. It was really action movie stuff.
Well done.
The explosion behind, walking.
But we looked at the explosion, so we were the cool guys.
You messed the moment.
There is a question I saw in the chat. Destructible environments when? I mean, it's an obvious question when we see the impact of these guys. So, is that something that is doable at least?
Not with the current implementation of our buildings. So for the environment destructions, you would have to wait.
Yes, support the development, guys. Tell your friends about the game or buy the supporter edition because this is going to take time. But it
I
will
mean,
be cool.
everything is possible with the right amount of time and money.
True. All right, so weapons. We're closing the chapter on weapons, but we're not closing the chapter completely because right now we need to talk about the improvements to the ballistic system. You mentioned already that we're adding a new effect. It's the tumbling effect of the projectiles. Can you tell us a bit about what we're looking at? Because to me, this looks I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay. Well, tumbling was in the game from the start. We just improved, or our programmer Vasek improved it
The
quite a lot.
legend, yes.
Yes, the legendary Vasek. And tumbling is the effect when the projectile loses its stability while it's going through a material. and thanks to its instability, it starts pushing at the material with a larger area, let's say. So basically, how you can imagine it is if you poke yourself with a needle, it goes right through. But if you try to push the needle sideways into you,
Ouch.
yeah, it requires much more force. When the projectile starts tumbling inside the
Why would you do that?
when the projectile starts tumbling inside the, for example, right here in the ballistic gel, it starts pushing with more area onto the ballistic gel. Therefore, it starts creating much bigger cavities. And this is the main effect. And this is why I mentioned that the 4.6 might look like small caliber, but it can do real damage when it hits a soft tissue.
Well, soft tissue is a good segue into reminding you folks that we are introducing a brand new uh, how to say it, like readability of the AI. Of course, like AI is going to react more obviously to getting shot because right now what's happening is that when you're hitting them into the armor, for example, they stay the same, right? And it feels like my weapons are not doing any damage, but they are. And now with the addition of these animations, you guys are going to recognize that your shots are landing. What we're also adding is the intestines, right? The new organs, because right now, if you hit somebody below the vest, the damage is not that significant, but it will be.
Yep, exactly. The intestines are the first organ that are not covered by the ballistic plates. So if you are not able to penetrate the armor of your opponent, you still have a chance to get them, as you said, by shooting into the pelvis. So yeah, PP shots are deadly.
Okay, so like I said, we're not completely closing the chapter because weapon doesn't mean just the weapon itself, but also it is a system, right?
Correct.
And the system means that it comes with a bunch of attachments.
Yes.
And these weapons, of course, come with a bunch of attachments.
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot. We're introducing over 80 new weapon attachments and weapon parts.
Yes.
I go ahead, describe them for us.
Do you want to start?
How much time do we have?
Yeah, so as you guys all know, we are trying to put as much modularity as we can in our game, so you can really pimp your gun to your liking. So of course, with every platform we are adding, we are trying to introduce like more varieties. In terms of handguards, we are talking about M-locks, about wrist handguards, new stocks. My personal favorite is muzzle brakes for AR, or I would rather say for specific type of threading.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
Right now, when you are trying to attach some muzzle device, you're attaching it based on the caliber, which is not wrong. But in real life, there is specific type of thread which is carved into the barrel,
It's
and
the spinny thing, right?
yes, that's the spinny thing.
That's what I'm here for, like making it comprehensive for idiots.
So for AR-15, for example, it's 1/228. For AKs, it's 14 left or right, etc., etc. And we are trying to play a bit more in this chapter, so we decided to add more muzzle devices and attachments, as well as some reductions, which will allow you to mount muzzle devices from different calibers to two different calibers. So we will, by this, expand the modularity even more to really give them as
Deal.
much as they
Pimp
need.
your gun.
Pimp your gun,
love
yes.
that. Pimp your gun.
I don't want to. I don't know how to describe it better than pimp your gun.
I think you described it pretty well. Naturally, we need to talk about sights and about optics because we are introducing new ones as well here. Can you tell us more about what to expect here? I mean, right now we're looking at the smooth zooming, which we have revealed in the past. So you will not now have to do the snap zoom, right? But you will be able to smooth zoom with the weapons. Also, the position of the scope is slightly changed over the current version. It is going to be closer to your eye, right?
Yep.
But specifically about the new red dots, for example, can you tell us which red dots people can expect in the new update?
Shall we?
I have it here. If
we
you-
have
if
it
you-
Yeah,
cheat sheet.
I know which one. I'm just trying to figure out if we
I
should
can say my personal favorite, and you can say your personal favorite.
Okay.
So my personal favorite is Aimpoint Acro, which is
Is that yours as well?
oh sorry, which is of course from Aimpoint, and it got really cool and unique shape and mounting system. It's primarily a pistol, red dot, but of course you can mount it on the ARs and longer rifles, basically almost anywhere which you can find a rail on. So yeah, that's my favorite. But maybe you have some favorite scope.
Yes. What professionals. I'm really looking forward to the Spitfire assault scope that we are adding with this
Scope,
update.
right? Okay, I got nervous for a second.
Yeah, not the airplane.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is the new assault scope. It doesn't have changeable magnification as the Spectre does, but it has 5 times magnification. I played around with it, and if you teach yourself and kit your firearm accordingly, you can really nicely switch between the 5x and the canted aiming. It's really fun to play with.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. New optics, new red dots are coming. Once again, update 0.3 is coming later this spring, so it's near. All right. Some other things to put things into perspective. We have addressed this in the last stream where we were talking about the quality of life features, but durability is a big topic in our community. We're introducing some new changes to the system. Marek, can you remind people?
In the 0.2, after the release, we implemented the first iteration of the repair system, which allowed you to basically get the lost durability back, or partially get it back. Now we are expanding on that system, so we are introducing repair kits, which allow you to repair your items instantly at the cost of worse regained durability, or you can decide to pay for the repair and wait for it. So
That's what we're seeing right now on the screen.
Yep. Right now, in the video, he's choosing which repair kit to use. There's going to be an option to say, okay, I don't want to play with this firearm for the rest of the evening. I'm going to send it to the repair. Therefore, I will get more durability back. And but it's the sacrifice, right? You have to wait for the firearm to get it back. Maybe I can say that it's not irreversible. Once you send it, it doesn't mean that, hey, you locked yourself from using the gun for 4 hours, let's say. You can cancel that timed repair, but you won't get any durability back, and you won't get the money back.
Oh, right.
So yeah, you have to decide.
Hey, pay up front, like life of a PMC is a tough life.
Isn't there one more thing regarding to durability which players will really like?
The durability loss on death, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that.
Hey,
last time.
you're pretty good at this. Maybe you can sit in this chair next time.
Yeah. So we can repeat.
We listened.
Yes.
We can repeat. Durability loss on death on coma is no longer a thing.
So no more
Yay.
10% losses on death.
Yeah. I think nobody liked that.
Yeah, we didn't either, but it was the only way that we had available at that moment.
Right.
Once we got more time for it, you can see we iterated and we improved it. based on
Now,
your
I would
feedback.
just reiterate that, guys, this is going to happen throughout the early access stages of the game. Sometimes we're going to be forced, because of time, to introduce like half done solutions and iterate on those, also with your cooperation.
I saw a really nice comment there. Adding weapons being damaged by being shot.
That's true.
that's
That's
come-
true. If you shoot the weapon, obviously that weapon is going to get effed up. That's
course.
right. Okay. two more things that we would like to tell you that have already been revealed a little bit, but it absolutely makes sense to talk about them in this topic. And those are new weapon cases.
Yep. We are adding new cases, new case types, and we are also revising how you can get those cases.
How you can get those cases.
In the 02, they were quest rewards. Right now, since we expanded the vendor levels, some of the cases will be also available from vendors on higher levels. So if you grind enough, you will have the option to buy those cases and be able to manage your stash more
It
comfortably.
seems to me the more I learn about this update, it's that money is going to have many more uses.
Yep.
All right, I mean, like that's if that isn't authenticity, what is?
Well,
All right, so can you also tell us a little bit more about the discoverability, the loot of the world? Are we changing that a little bit?
yeah, that's what I'm working on with Petya right now, and what we are trying to do is make the loot more enjoyable. I can't think of a better word right now, because right now the loot boxes were set in such a way that some items from those loot boxes might not have as much impact to the player and might not have been usable to that player at the moment. We are trying to mitigate this issue, and we are really trying to set up the loot tables in a way when each part in that box makes sense for you and should be usable almost immediately, if not right out of the box. Again, as we said, it's an iterative process, so please be patient with us. We are trying our best, and yeah, with each update, we are trying to improve this, basically.
Awesome. And finally, my favorite, this feature, we have talked about it as Apple tags, air tags, trackers, whatever. Right now we have a new name for it.
T-Tex.
T-tags. Let's see if it sticks. But for now, T-tags are a thing. You will be able to buy T-tags and attach them to selected gear. Of course, when you do that, and you can see that in the video as well, a timer starts because each T-tag, oh my god, this is not gonna stick. Each T-tag is going to last for a certain period of time.
Yep.
And if you get killed, or if somebody finds your body and loots this particular item that has this T-tag on it, you will be notified.
Yep.
And this gives you extra options how to now decide what to do.
Correct. When you tag an item, it's not the tags are not physically visible on the items you attach them to. You apply a tagged status, let's say, which lasts for a set amount of time. There are multiple types of tags which last a different time, so there's some progression in those as well. And if you drop that item or you die and you no longer have it on you, the icon appears on your map. The icon shows the exact position of the tagged item, and it shows the exact position even if somebody takes that item and tries to run away with it.
That's right. And if you loot the item that is tagged and you know that it's tagged, you now have the option to run to the combat outposts, which we're adding, which are capturable bases around Lamang. Or you can run to your FOB and either sell that item to get rid of the, well, everything, or you can put it into your locker, therefore removing the item.
Correct.
Or
You can try to set up an ambush. Yeah,
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, when we were designing this, we found so many ways how this can be used. This is really one of the nice toys which can make some nice gameplays for you,
And
if you use it smartly.
props to you guys, because this is a community idea. Somebody in the community, in the comments somewhere, and I feel really bad because we don't really know even who that person was. So if it was you, thank you so much. But this is a community idea. So if you guys have community ideas that you feel like are going to benefit the game, send them, write them. We are reading everything, and we are talking to these guys all the time. So yes, your idea might actually make it into the game.
Yep.
Guys, I think that this is it from the part where we try to reveal stuff, but now I think it's time for the community to ask stuff because there is a bunch of questions, and I think that we can jump right into it if you're up for it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Are mortars PvP or PvE only? Coma 12 Black is asking.
Mortars are both for PvE and PvP.
Those AIs need to be destroyed, you know, so might as well. Will backpack be resized? This is not necessarily related to weapons, but
Not in this update.
not in this update. But you're planning to?
Yeah. As we are balancing the game, we were going through the items that are currently available to you, and we already see some improvements that we would like to add in the consecutive updates. But backpacks are not. We didn't touch on backpacks in this update.
There is so many questions I would love to answer,
But we can't.
but we
right?
can't.
Yeah, this is the nature of the beast. But this one, I think that we can answer. Mavoy Tactical is asking if we can get adjustable brightness for red dots and hollow sights and NVGs.
We were thinking about this, and what we are trying to do right now is we are showing, or we are some of the NVGs, some of the hollow sights are set as NVG compatible, so we are reflecting if they can be dimmed down or dimmed up or brightened up. It's not currently in the plans, but it doesn't mean that it won't appear in the game at all.
Okay. Question probably inspired by Spicy. Vireka is asking, can we wear those Skullcrushers under helmets?
Sadly, no. Skullcrushers occupy the same slot as the helmets do.
And there will be so much clipping and stuff. So
Yeah, and
Sadly.
you would have to eat.
sadly, you can't.
Yeah, and you would have to eat Ibalgin, I think, or or
Yeah.
Ibalin.
Balin.
Yeah, to get rid of the headaches. What else do we have here? Kodra999 is asking, any plans to add skills to help with long-term progression, such as health, stamina, endurance? All right, next question. Virtual Yoda, greetings to Virtual Yoda, our lovely mod. Are there plans to allow us to change the position of the sight on the rail to change the view without adjusting game FOV?
I'm sure that it's not right now
Not right now.
in the scope, because this would change so many things that like if we change one position, we would have to change so many things. I'm not telling that it is impossible to make it in the game. Guys, we are not stupid. We are thinking about everything you possibly can think of, but there are some priorities and some things we would love to deliver, but we just can't because, for example, the code isn't ready, the functionality is not existing. But don't worry, almost anything you can think of, it's possible.
Yeah, be careful about that claim. Yonikas is asking, will subsonic ammunition be added?
It's already there.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that question. Will subsonic ammunition actually
Be subsonic?
be subsonic, like affect the volume of the shots?
We would definitely love to add that. Currently, the system doesn't support different shot sounds based on the ammunition. But yeah, we were discussing this several times already. From the ballistics point of view, the subsonic ammo is really subsonic. So except for the sound, it behaves as close to reality as we are able to
Wonderful.
do it.
Wonderful. Are we planning to add clothing patches to the game? Galbic84 is asking.
That's one feature I'm talking about basically every 2 weeks, and everybody hates me for it because I, as Dom just said, when you are pimping your gun, I really love to pimp gear.
Pimp yourself.
Pimp myself, yeah.
Okay.
And I would love to have patches in the game, so please wish for them hard enough.
Von Waffle Wolfie, sorry, Wolfie von Wolfie is asking, will friendly mortars kill other teammates? Can it be abused if so?
There are some safeties we are introducing with the mortars, so you won't be able to drop mortars right on top of your friendly's heads. But if the mortar is already cold and the friendly runs into that area, it's up to them. Yeah, but as you could see on the video, there's a marker pointing at the location where the mortar is
Yeah.
going to land, and that's shared among your faction. So
The entire faction, not just squad.
no, it's entire faction. So if you are running somewhere and you check your map and you see, hey, mortar is landing there in 5 seconds, you should probably wait a little bit.
You should probably leave. As,
Or leave if it's on top of you.
All right. Cost of mortar. Expensive. All right. I think that Mara already revealed that.
Yep.
We're getting close to the finish here, and Evil Fish is asking, light machine guns, please. All right. More mysterious smiles here. Will we get Bren in the game? Those are sad smiles, and how to interpret
I
that.
would love to answer, but to be honest, I don't know how.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. What weapons are in tier 1 now? Spectre 13, our new community leader is asking.
By tier 1, if you by tier 1 you mean the first vendor levels, I can say that Gane is going to sell Norinco M4, the MP5, and the M9, and M870. That's the starting offer from Gane. Yeah, it sounds shitty, but that's exactly the point. We want the starting gear to encourage you to actually loot for better gear. So better firearms are going to be available in the small towns near the bases, for example.
Okay.
There's
Pulpin Gaming is
one question
asking.
like 20 times, and I want to answer it.
This is question that I'm asking myself when I'm playing. Pulpin Gaming, additional AI voice lines when?
That's no question for us.
I know it's not a question for you, and there is a bit of a story behind it as well. Maybe we can reveal it in the next devlog stream or dev stream, because there are certain limitations here. There, I don't know if political or how to say, but we would love to. We just need to find out how the hell get the language into the game. All Clear is asking left-hand shooter option. That's a nice idea.
That's partially in the game already. If you are hip firing and you lean to your left, your character
I mean,
transitions.
that's not a solution, is it?
It's not a solution, but I think we didn't discuss switching your shooting and supporting hand yet. But at least a little bit of that is there in the game. But yeah, once you ADS, the character shoulders back to his right shoulder, and it's not as easy as it might sound, because it would require new animation sets for all the
everything.
firearms. that
Oh,
are
you
already
better
there.
get those forearms ready, man.
Yeah.
Spicy would have to get his thumbs ready, because yeah, it's a lot of work for not so much of an improvement, I think.
That's right. So I mentioned like these minor improvements are something that we're going to look at further down the development,
Yes.
which are because they're not affecting the gameplay that much. And Veronica, because Veronica is like siphoning the questions from the community here, saying spam about Canted sites and bipods as always.
Can I say it, please?
Depends on what you want to say, but yeah.
Canted science in the future. Don't worry.
Bipods?
In the future, don't worry.
In the future, don't worry. I was scared to say it because we weren't discussing those as much.
Yeah.
But don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So don't worry. Be happy, and be happy that these guys took their time off hours, by the way, which I thank you very much for. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here, talk to the community, reveal what's new. I think that the update 0.3 is getting better and better, and hopefully we're going to see you here once again. Now,
If you invite us.
we will definitely invite you, but now I have to say goodbye to Dominic.
Bye, guys. It was a pleasure.
Marek is kind enough to stay for a while. He's going to jump on the PCs. and we're going to try to play a little bit. We have Alki, community's favorite. Alki is going to try to carry us because we realize that playing the game and talking about the game at the same time can be a little bit exhausting and distracting. So that's that. So he's going to carry us. Meanwhile, Marek is going to be answering your questions. And the time has come for me to be joined by our community manager, Michael, aka Foxic, to tell us more about the experimental. Don't worry, come on. Come here, man. So,
Hello.
experimental.
Hi.
What can you tell us about the experimental?
What can I tell you about experimental? Well, probably the biggest thing about it, it's happening next week. It should happen by the end of next week. So, hello. The hell is that? Okay, so it should happen by the end of the next week. So if you have signed up and you're waiting to know if you were chosen, don't forget to check our Discord. We will definitely ping you if you have been chosen. You will probably start seeing people getting special roles on Discord because this time we'll do it in the main official server where all of you are. And once it's ready, we will ping you via this role. If you see someone having the role and you don't have it yet, don't worry. It's just there's 1,000 of you, so it's gonna take a while to actually sign you all up. And even after that, if you were not selected immediately, you might get selected later. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I would just add to this that Discord is not going to be the only way how we're going to get in touch with you. You are also going to receive emails.
Yes.
And if you have applied, you are also going to receive the email if you were not chosen. But if you were not chosen, don't fret, because it is possible that we are going to pick you in the second or third wave, because sometimes it happens that the first wave is not going to be completely filled, and we will reach out to the other guys. So yeah.
Who told them that it's my birthday today?
I don't know who told them that it's your birthday, and of course I don't know anything about that for a very obvious reason, that it is your birthday.
Yeah,
Is there something? Hey, get this guy here. Is he mic'd up? Come here, Scotty. We have a special guest here.
Yeah.
Special guest here. Guys,
Thanks everyone.
Thank you. I would like to welcome here as well my dear friend and former flatmate, actually, brand manager of DayZ, Scotty. He's here around the.
Thank you.
Just wandering around the office.
Can I sit super relaxed?
Wait,
like so.
You must. So hey,
Hello.
What the hell are you doing here?
I've come to sabotage and then let people know that now helicopters are fully manually drivable in game. So
cut the feet. Cut the feet. Hey, yeah, I think that we just wanted to say hi basically to our friends at Bohemia and especially at DayZ, because I myself am a former community manager of DayZ, and I used to work with this legend back at the Netfinger games as well.
Also, back in the day here, a lot's changed around the offices. A lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. Good to see everyone.
The stream has improved a little bit.
The stream room has taken over the director's office. This feels awkward for me because I was never allowed in this room.
That's right. Hey, I wanted to take the opportunity, since you're here, to ask you about a very serious question, and that is, DayZ is obviously well established. It's a classic at this point. Is there an advice that you would give to a young game in early access like Grey Zone Warfare to achieve this status?
For sure. I think you already have done it, which is adopt a community-first approach. Community-first approach. Use engagements that the community publish, and make use of that as the core branding as well. Like share and all boats raise with a rising tide, basically.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds smart.
Yes, it's basically as you grow, the community grows, individuals grow, and together the community foster and help each other, and yeah, So, but from what I've witnessed over the time of knowing you and how the project is unfolded here, it's the direction that you've set, and it's something I can't give you more advice on in this particular case.
So you heard it here. We're on the right track. DayZ approved. And we have one last surprise before we jump into the gameplay here. And here it comes. Here it comes. Now we can all wish our lovely Foxy
Okay,
happy birthday.
I'm gonna help you with that.
Say hi, Veronica. Veronica,
Um,
you can wave to the camera as well. Our lovely manager. You are not seen. You need to.
Heard but not seen.
So Veronica is in the house,
I-
and on behalf of the entire team and the community, I think as well. Happy birthday!
Yay! Thank you. I have
Happy
cake.
birthday! And wish something. All right.
you.
And don't say what you wish for, because then it doesn't come true. Or
It didn't happen anyway.
what was that? You wanted a kiss or something?
No.
All right, guys. So this is it for the first part of the stream. What we're going to do now is we're going to move places, sit. Oh shit! Sorry. This is a since you guys are here, Veronica, you can stay if you want as well. We need to look at your guys' creations because we have neglected you for quite some time, and we want to review what you guys shared. Veronica, closer a little bit because you can
right.
see that.
I don't have to be there.
But we want to look at your guys' creation. So, Luna Lemoon.
Yeah, this is a honorable mention. This one is just bloody amazing, so we had to put it in here. Other than that, most of the other screenshots that we'll be showing are actual screenshot competition winners. Shout out to Altair taking care of all of this, and the other GMs as well. Oh, okay. So one more.
What are we looking
This is a debt we have towards our amazing Delta Noob mod on Discord. So he's been really sad that his screenshot was not highlighted. So here it is.
Okay.
Yay!
So this is the actual winner of the weekly competition that we are running on the Discord server. Once again, Luna Lemoon, contest winner, for a good reason, I might add.
It's beautiful.
How does it feel like to watch screenshots of, actually good looking? sorry, a cheap shot.
I'm trying to be careful not to cheap shot you guys back, but it's just to add more clarity. The game dev in Czech Republic, more so in Brno, everyone is close. The studios are close. We all somewhat collaborate with each other, stay in touch, share our mistakes and our successes together, and we have a lot of banter. And it's something I would like to also do across socials and stuff like this, that we just keep that banter up between projects.
Just so we don't forget, Brand, amazing picture.
Very nice. Very nice. Can we have another one before each?
This is like an obvious hip hop 90s hip hop album cover.
Like, hey, it was a good day.
Yeah, we need parental advisor in there.
Oh wow, I love this one so much. Eat Elite.
Yeah, just the fact that the Yeet Elite managed to kind of collect that many people into something that looks like a shape and
That's
coordinate
right.
them.
Isn't this the actual like correct shape, military shape when you are progressing?
Spaced out for grenade launchers and mortars.
Look how he's laughing like we're military experts here. Can we have another one? Oh wow, okay. This is the last one.
Yeah.
This is from Angel and very appropriate, I would say. Probably watching an angel descend on Lamang.
It's beautiful.
All right, guys. So now I can safely say that this is the end of the first part of the stream. Thank you for thank you for you being here. That was a very nice surprise, by the way. I'm glad. And yes, we're definitely think of some collaborations. That's for sure. Thank you to Michael for being born, I guess.
That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to
You're
me.
normally not that nice to him.
Yeah.
Special moment.
Thank
Only
you.
on his birthday.
Once a year I get something like that.
Thank you to
Thank
Veronica
you.
for everything. Thank you for supporting the chat, for compiling all the questions from the chat. We're going to continue that in a minute. And right now we're going to lift our asses and move over there. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Cool.
Bye.
Thanks. Am I still mic'd up? Can I say something
Yes.
really, really
No,
sensitive? Can I say something really, really sensitive?
switch him off.